Hello everyone, this is Bob and Threadbare, and welcome to The Fire.
Nothing is worth this shit.
Debug build version 0.7.
Wasn't sure how that would play out, but I like how it did.
It worked. We murdered them.
Well, that's some fine shooting, if I do say so myself.
Here, we can hold out indefinitely. If you send other survivors here, I will protect them. Always thought something was bound to go wrong, but I couldn't even have imagined this.
Oh, so that's what I look like. Suspense music is still playing. But we have indeed destroyed the massive phantoms and etheric phantoms and weavers out here. Oh, and a thermal phantom. Yeah, that could have been dangerous. I mean, if we didn't just have enough equipment to just sort of mow down everybody, then yeah, people could have died. I mean, that's why they basically require you to have at least 3 turrets there ready to go. And hey, yeah, they can explore this area too now, because I've secured it.
More where that came from.
Austin, cool.
We survived. We did it.
This is
Thank
a
you.
reminder that all cargo
All clear.
must be scanned and cleared by authorized
Nothing to
personnel.
report.
You are the first.
Those were not the last of the enemy.
Unsanctioned
If more
materials
come,
entering Talos
we will be
1.
ready.
Report shipping anomalies immediately.
Alright, yeah. A moment of triumph when the survivors fight back. Make progress. Get something valuable done. It's taken about halfway through the game, but we've done it. Yeah, these are the 2 rooms that exploded outwards. That's how you would normally get in there. And that door actually leads into the cargo bay B there.
We made it. Maybe now we can take back the rest of Talos.
Yeah, probably not.
Are you alright? Let me know if I can help. We've got a chance as long as we stick together.
Glad to see you're looking up, though.
If you hadn't come along, I'd still be at their mercy. Thank you.
Oh, that's the one we rescued from
Being
the...
controlled by those things. It was like I was watching myself, but my voice was buried inside me. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't even do that. I felt like I was drowning in myself. I heard that some of the other security officers, Deeg, Lemma, they didn't make it. Hope the EATs from the Arboretum were useful. On full auto, they should tear those creatures to pieces. Although I'm glad the EAT rounds were designed not to penetrate the hull. I was up in the Arboretum because, well, Sarah asked me to keep an eye on your brother and his visitors. Let her know if I noticed anyone or anything odd. Talk about an understatement. We were almost set to arrest your brother when the attack happened.
Huh.
Are you doing all right? Really, I'm fine. I'm glad you came along when you did. Are you doing all right? Are you doing all right?
I guess you're out of dialogue, then.
There's still hope.
Area secure.
There must be.
No sign of any Typhon activity. Beginning to sweep the area.
Yeah, here we are. That's the way into the the cage with the turret in it. Although, as you can see, it's kind of blocked. That's why they weren't able to get into it before.
They just kept coming. Was worried we'd run out of bullets.
It wasn't really a keeping coming so much as just a big flurry of activity.
There must be some way out of this.
Collected rations.
I thought we were dead for sure. Morgan? I don't know what I thought. It's good to see you. Is TranStar mounting a rescue operation? I was in fuel storage when the fire broke out and everyone began running. But they weren't running from the fire, it was these shapes. I had contained the fire and I was trying to reach the power supply when Officer Rose, came and got me out. I'm glad he did. I didn't know what was going on or anything about those things. Everyone I worked with, they're dead, aren't they? I wonder if one of the creatures caused the explosion in fuel storage. Are they intelligent? Did they plan this? I heard all the escape pods malfunctioned. All of them. How is that possible? Is it over? Are there any more? I thought we were dead for sure.
I need a cigarette.
No one deserved this. They didn't deserve this. No one deserved this. They didn't deserve this.
So, she's why the fuel storage by the shuttle bay is not actively on fire. She stuck around just long enough to put it out. Chlorine trifluoride. I believe it's those canisters that are causing that endless fire in the side chamber. They are what lit up and are throwing out those blue flames. So, giant pile of food there. I'm not actually going to take that. I mean, kind of seems like they need that, and I've got plenty of food. I'm good. Anyway, you may have also noticed the last of the secret safes in a public room.
I thought we were dead for sure.
Yeah, apparently the guy setting those up was just sort of bored, which is why they put them in easily found and public locations. Like, it was a fun activity rather than something they actually wanted to keep secret. Probably not their best idea.
Requesting new operator.
Hey, maybe having one of those on hand will help.
Dr. Yu, again, I want to thank you for the timely rescue. I hope you recall me. Dr. Igwe. Dio Igwe. Your brother, Alex, brought me to the station to head up neuromod research. I have one, but no aptitude template. We're saving it, but, well, now might be best. Here, I'm sure you could make better use of it.
Sure, I'll throw it on the pile.
Microgravity upsets my equilibrium. I need to steady myself after the slow roll of the crate. I could feel it, turning, you know? My stomach along with it. Closest I've ever come to vertigo. And claustrophobia. Must be a neuromod that could cure that.
You know, that crate was actually relatively stable? Okay. I don't know what you're doing, Igwe, but go ahead and do it. What the hell? Okay, he's back to normal.
Psionics. So true, isn't it? What these aliens can do, what we can do. To think it was considered chicanery, flim-flam, pseudoscience, made me quite the target for mockery. But your brother, he believed. And so did you. At least, you did before your self-experiment in the sim lab. How wrong they were. The skeptics. How wrong we all were. But I knew. I had a premonition, if you will, that I was onto something. It's all rather Clarksian, they said. Fiction of the most vapid sort. It's not childhood's end, Igwe. It's career's end for you.
Now be fair, this is actually pretty high concept sci-fi here. A very psychological and interesting view on what if psychic power was an actual power, a power of the universe. Alright, looks like we've still got to explore Cargo Bay B. Cargo Bay A is just missing from the map because it got blown out. Looks like B is closer to the Guts loading bay anyway. Oh, who are you?
Hey, are you there?
Chief? Yes? Is there something wrong?
I wanted to speak to you about the most recent VIP visit. Leitner,
and how much
the
I didn't.
pianist.
Chief, if there were any problems, I checked the schedule, the roster. I did my best to make sure Igwe wasn't too... Igwe. Chief, I even had Leitner's cigarettes waiting.
You did an excellent job. In fact, Leitner praised you specifically. There'll be a bonus for you in your next pay cycle. Take Nicole out for a nice dinner, all right?
Yes, Chief. Thank you, Chief.
I think he did. It just went horribly wrong after that. You know, with the Typhon and all.
Morgan, you saved our asses. Now, you might want to get out there and see if you can save a few more. If you ever want a job in security, let me know. I could put in a good word. I might know some people. Not going to lie, that felt good. Haven't seen that much action since the Middle East evacuation. You know, if you ever wanted to work with my team when we get off this death trap, I'd consider it. You'd have to report to me, though. And I'm not as friendly as it may seem. Dr. Morgan, thank you. I feel like we have a chance now. This doesn't wipe away what you and your brother did, but you're different than I expected. Good in a fight, too.
It's interesting. And here's another survivor's account that just sort of seems to follow Sarah Elazar around. But yeah, it's interesting because apparently she would rather work with the authorities than with her corporation that currently employs her. Because that's basically what she was threatening to do, to arrest the CEO of the corporation that she technically works for. That is a woman with principles.
Can someone please explain to me why there's a delay with my parcel?
Sorry, Dr. Berger. The system shut down. Some kind of failsafe trigger? We're working on it.
That parcel is extremely sensitive. I need it in psychotronics right away.
I have a crew investigating the point of failure on our side as we speak. ETA is probably a few hours.
A few hours? Isn't there anything else you can do?
No. But since you have some time, you could call Mr. Yu and ask him for permission to reboot the entire space station. That would fix the problem immediately.
That would be ridiculous.
Well, since being ridiculous is off the table, I'm afraid you're just gonna have to wait.
Maybe I'll check into it myself. I've trained for microgravity.
Knock yourself out.
So, what we're seeing right here is that there are 2 ways into each container in this area. You can hack the key code, or just click it if it's currently unlocked. Yep, and that brings us back there. Or you can type the number on the side of the container and into that one computer, and in you get. And apparently this container was used as somebody's break room. Wonder if they used it during actual breaks or just whenever they felt like it. Looks like 2 people would have to use that particular break room together to get any good use out of it anyway. But you know, either way, there was a big old bottle of whiskey in that break room. Pretty sure they're not supposed to have that. So yeah, now that we're on the other side of the cargo room, just hacking the door is pretty much faster than running all the way back and trying to remember the code. A lot of good stuff in these containers. Well, some of the containers anyway. What the hell? That must be the guy they were talking about. The guy that got turned into a phantom. Oh no, never mind. Looks like that was Christopher Smith, who got shot, dropped his shotgun, and then just sort of tried to crawl to the exit, but did not make it. But yeah, they were talking about a guy named Enoch, who apparently got taken down by the Phantoms and then turned into one of them, presumably by that one Weaver who was in the crowd. Yeah, double jump. Who cares how high it is? I can get up there anyway. Damn, a lot of nice stuff. Pretty much as you'd expect, honestly. Alright. Couple more crates to open here. I figured why not, in this case. Alright, null wave transmitter. Another slightly broken keycode. Keypad. Kind of weird that these supply crates are full of smaller, loose supply crates inside them. I mean, I can only imagine that's just sort of a deference to the game's system. Anyway, something else you might notice here. A giant-ass door. Yeah, one wall of this cargo area is a door. I believe that opens to the outside. To the exterior. Anyway. Yeah, it looks like we're done in the cargo bay B here. So this is the area that we would get into through the guts. Just this room. Oh, another one. Yeah, I'm wondering if I can open that particular container from here as well. Oh, I can. And I got it off the keypad instead of the side. It's also on the keypad if you didn't notice. Oh. Quincy. This is who Gallegos wanted to get outside, so he was smuggling himself in a container. Not sure what happened to him. Had enough food to make it, I guess. Instant food. Better than nothing, I suppose. Got his own little cot. Some rolls of toilet paper. He was prepared. He just, didn't make it. And I suppose collecting that thumb drive must have been the end of that objective, because it's not on my list anymore. I like to think that if and when I managed to get back to Earth, I'd be giving it to the authorities. Assuming any of this was actually real, of course. Although it does raise questions. Did the real Morgan have a change of heart? Or was she perfectly fine with all of this? I mean, she did go through the mind wipe chamber. Presumably that's something that actually happened. But the amount of personality drift involved, however, that is a complete unknown at this point. Oh, looks like we can head into life support from here. However, that's pretty much the only place we can head. I mean, we can get into the guts from here, but the guts is locked down. It's not just the airlocks.
Microgravity detected.
And the door out of deep storage. Although it is curious that a director-level lockdown does not lock the door between the cargo bay and life support. Like, maybe it's because life support is just that important. That people should have to be able to get through one way and the other. Anyway, this isn't really a very long zero-G section, so I didn't really bother saying anything about it. Yeah, just, yeah, there's really nowhere to go from here. And so with that out of the way,
Gravity detected.
But is it really normal to have gravity here? Right, anyway, yeah, life support. That's the only place we can go right now. And past life support is the power plant. And at the power plant, as mentioned in one of those logs we picked up, it is possible to restart the system and therefore restart the, there we go. Huh. It's weird. Yes, if we reset the power plant, it will reset the director lockdown. Let's get some more range in this thing so that it fires a bit straighter in gravity areas. And then on to life support.